Good afternoon, everyone, especially to our instructor, Mr. Bad Surigusa. Good afternoon, sir. By the way, I am Miss Andramada Vito from Bitilid HA 3A. So for today's video, I am going to discuss my assigned topic, which was entitled Moral Virtue. Moral virtue defined as a disposition to behave in a right manner and as a mean between extreme of deficiency and excess, which are vices. So we learn moral virtue primarily through habit and practice rather than through reasoning and instruction. So virtue is a matter of having the appropriate attitude toward pain and pleasure. It is in the rational faculty of man that the exercise of excellence can take place. One can rightly or wrongly apply the use of reason in this past. This faculty is further divided into two aspects, the moral and intellectual. So when we say moral, so it is the type of aspect that concerning the act of doing. While when we say intellectual, it is the type of aspect concerning the act of knowing. So these two aspects are basically where the function of reason is exercised. For Aristotle, the human soul is divided into two parts, the irrational element and the rational faculty. So when we say irrational element, so the irrational element of the man consists of the vegetative and appetitive aspects. So the vegetative aspects simply function as giving nutrition and providing the activity of physical growth in a person. As an irrational element, this part of man is not in the realm where virtue is exercised because, as the term suggests, it cannot be dictated by reason. So the vegetative aspect of soul simply follows the natural processes involved in the physical activities and growth of the person. On the other hand, the appetitive aspect works as a desiring faculty of man. The act of desiring in itself for Aristotle simply but an impulse that naturally runs counter to reason and most of the time refuses to go along with reason. This aspect still belongs to the irrational part of the soul. One rational aspect where man can attain excellence is in the intellectual faculty of the soul. For Aristotle, this excellence is attained through teaching and time that one learns from the vast experiences in life where she gains knowledge on those things. One learns and gains wisdom by being taught or by learning. For Aristotle, there are two ways by which one can attain intellectual excellence, the philosophic and practical. So when we say philosophic wisdom, it is concerned with attaining knowledge about the fundamental principles and truths that govern the universe. One can learn, for example, general theories on the origins of things. So the philosophical wisdom helps one to understand in general the meaning of life, while the practical wisdom, on the other hand, is an excellence in knowing the right conduct in carrying out a particular act. In other words, for Aristotle, one can attain a wisdom that can provide us with a guide on how to behave in our daily lives. Our character is developed through time. More accurately, our character is developed through our experiences and what we choose to learn and do from them. Trials and tribulations are tough. Character in many ways is a combination of our mind, soul, and backbone. We need to work through our thoughts and pick the ones that matter. We need to understand how the trials are impacting our soul and take the necessary steps to protect and grow. We need to know when to stand up, move on, or protect. Character is tasted. How we respond and learn will determine the legacy of our character.